Right now, property investing in the UK is creating a new breed of millionaires. I'm not talking about the hedge fund managers and the big developers that are making hundreds of millions. I'm talking about ordinary people that are starting in just regular jobs. Nothing special about them. They haven't got loads of money in the bank to start with, and they certainly haven't got any experience in property, but they're using creative ways that no one's talking about, but are legitimate and exist, and they're using it to build an empire. I know, because I used to be one of these people. I used to clean snooker tables. I left school with no qualifications from a broken family. And when I learned these strategies, I applied them and I built an empire. I became a millionaire by age 25 and then went on to become a multi-millionaire by age 29. And right now, I'm 34 years old. I've done over 1,000 property purchases and live in a £20 million house on the beach. So I thought, as a way of giving back, I'd put together this video and share exactly step by step what I would do if I was starting again from scratch in 2026 to become a millionaire using property. So let's jump in. Now, most people think about property and property investing the really old school traditional way, which is work really hard in a job, live below your means, save up money, put it in the bank, and one day buy a property as an investment. Now, that is absolutely the opposite of what I'm talking about. Let me explain why. Because if you want to make £1 million or have £1 million business, you need to think about money a little bit different. You need to almost see money as though it's not really real. You're playing a game now. You're learning the rules of the game and then playing to win. That's how you become a millionaire. Let me explain. When I say money isn't real, what I'm talking about is, well, for a start, how do the government actually make money? I mean, money is just an idea. It only exists because everybody just agrees that it exists. But actually, the paper that we hold in our hand, what even is it? Is it worth anything? What about the money that we see in our bank? Digits on a screen. The governments print money. In countries like Zimbabwe, they print so much that suddenly the people say, it's not really worth anything, and then they decide it's worth nothing. And now I can say to a Zimbabwean in Zimbabwe right now, here's $1 billion, Zimbabwean dollars. And they'll say, we don't use that anymore. It's worthless. Many of my property purchases that I've done, I've bought them with other people's money. I've got investors that have agreed, we like this project, we'd like to get a percentage of the future profits. I mean, what even is profits? It's only worth something higher because somebody says that it is. And then the investor, the digits on their screen, they transfer to my lawyer, and then my lawyer puts it into the company and we buy an asset and it goes up in value. It's not real. It's just an idea. And then my property goes up in value according to a valuer. And then I borrow money against it and I can get a new loan to value and release equity from the property, which goes into my bank. Can I even go into my bank and say, can I have it please in cash? Probably not, but it's there. But I can use it to buy more properties. And is this real? Or is this just a game? I got pretty good at the game. And as a result, I get to drive Lamborghinis, I get to live in a beach house, I get to do what I want, because I've learned the rules of the game. This is how rich people think. What poor people do is they just work a job and live frugally and save up money and hope to one day buy a house. That's not the game anymore. You need to switch your mindset from a poverty mindset to an abundance mindset. There are people out there that are making billions and billions. I mean, Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet, when he bought Twitter, did he go to the bank and withdraw it in cash? Did he even save up that money? No. How did he buy it then? Well, he bought it with what? With his shares, with debt against his company, with a valuation. Different game. Another thing is money is everywhere. Money is absolutely everywhere. Money is like water. Behind me you can see a lot of water, but then it's in the clouds and it comes down, it's in the taps and it just moves around. It's always moving and it's everywhere. 80% of our bodies is water. Money is the same. Money is energy. It's always moving. And if you want money, what you need to do is you need to stand in a new environment and just stand in the way. If you want to get wet, you just need to stand where there's a waterfall. If you want to get wet, you need to just stand in the rain. Now, this is a mindset thing, and you might be thinking, Samuel, just tell me what to actually do, and I can tell you what to do, and we're gonna get there. But firstly, I need you to get out of that mindset of working for money. I'm going to go to work and get paid. I'm going to trade my time for money, because that mindset, that's the trap that will keep you in poverty forever. So I am telling you what to do. I'm telling you to wake up. This is a game. Money isn't real. Money is not real. This is a game. So that's the first thing. Now, let's get practical. So now, let me give you the steps, but bearing that in mind. The year is 2026. The times right now in the UK remind me of when I first got started in property, which was in 2009. In 2009, everybody was telling me, now's a terrible time, the UK is finished, properties are crashing, we don't know what's gonna happen, the banks are collapsing. Everyone was panicking. But as a result of people's panic, that's when you get deals. That's when you can find people that bought a house for £200,000 3 years ago and let them give it to you for free. Give it to you. How would they give it to you? Because if they bought it for 200,000 and the mortgage is 170, but now the value of the property has dropped and the mortgage is 170, i.e. the debt is 170, but now the value is 170, guess what that means? That means that the house technically is worthless. Now, is it actually worthless? I mean, it's bricks and mortar, you can rent it out, you can make money from it, it's a house. Well, this is a game, remember? If they think it's worthless, if someone thinks, oh my gosh, it's worthless, guess what they'll do? Give it to you. How much for? For free. This is what I did. I learned how to find people that thought that their house was worthless and were prepared to give it to me for free. Let me explain. Right now in 2026, what's going on? How's Keir Starmer doing? How's the UK going? What are people saying about property, about money, about it? What's going on? There's panic. What's going on? Property prices have dropped a lot. People are giving their houses for free. How do I know? Well, because, I mean, not too long ago, I came across a beautiful hotel in Cambridgeshire called Willingham House, worth about £2 million. And the owners, who are based in Hong Kong, were like, oh, we don't really know if we want to continue doing stuff in the UK. We're in Hong Kong. There's no one in the property. It's a bit... And they basically gave it to me. Now, how this was structured was on a purchase hire contract. Now, you might think, I've heard of purchase hire contracts. Yeah, that's because this is how many people buy cars. You buy a car, PCP, or a purchase hire contract where you buy it now with an agreement to pay for it down the line, and you pay monthly installments. That's how I bought the hotel. I paid a £1 deposit with an agreement to pay £2 million for the building in 10 years. But now I've got a hotel for £1 for 10 years. What can I do with it? Well, I can now rent it out. I do. Do you know how much revenue that hotel makes me now? £1 million per year. So, but Samuel, just tell me what to do. I just did. Money's not real. This is all a game. And there are thousands of property owners with both commercial property, with residential property, zombie houses. So many tax write-offs you can do with those. And people aren't even aware because they don't teach this in school. In school, it's a case of get a job and save money. You don't need to do that. You can fast track that, skip the queue, and just find somebody who will give you their house on a purchase hire contract. Instead of going on Netflix and deciding what to watch, you should go on Rightmove and decide what to buy. Instead of going on Rightmove and seeing what's new on Rightmove. No, what's old on Rightmove. I don't look at newest listed, I look at oldest listed. And I don't just look in my home, to my little village, because I'm being nosy. I go to the prime golden spots, and like Manchester, like Liverpool, like Grimsby, and I go, what's oldest listed? Oh, that's been on the market for 6 months. They must be pretty motivated. Maybe they're in negative equity. Maybe their mortgage is high and their value is dropping. Maybe they'll just give me the house. So I'll say to these people, look, you're selling the house for $250, but the mortgage is $250. If I give you $250, you have to pay legal fees, you have to pay your estate agent, and you're gonna get nothing. Why don't I buy it for $260, but in 10 years' time? But in the meantime, I'll pay you £300 a month, just so the property washes its face and the mortgage is paid. Now I take the property, turn it into a guest house, put it on Airbnb, rent it by the room, or rent it to housing associations, or rent it to the council. Do you know how much money, talking of money not being real, do you know how much money the government print, and do you know how much they pay to assisted living companies, to housing associations, to charities? It is billions a year. Do you know that you can just tap into that money if you know the people to ask, if you know the people to call? Why would you rent a house out for £1,000 when you can rent it to a council on emergency accommodation for £5,000? I don't know. Why would you save up 10 years to buy a house when you could just get somebody to give you a house? I don't know. People say, I don't know how to find these housing associations and these companies. Have you heard of ChatGPT? You know what I did the other day at one of my houses? I bought a house in a different area and I thought, I wonder what housing associations are around. So I asked ChatGPT, Can you give me a list of all the housing associations, please, in this little town? Oh, and can you also give me emails of everybody, please? All these housing associations and any emergency accommodation contacts and this and this and this, and it just... Can you draft me an email, please, to send to these people? This is my property. Send. Bang. Come on. Some of you guys can spend time mastering Call of Duty, but not mastering the game of business and not mastering how to become a millionaire from scratch in 2026. If you get good at finding these opportunities and can do one deal every quarter, that's 4 in a year, potentially depending on the deal, that could be £1 million in 2026. In fact, it might be that you're finding deals that don't quite work for you because they need a little bit of money, or you just, I don't know, it's a bit outside my patch, it's a bit outside my comfort zone. You know what you can do? Rather than walking away from the deal, you can package it and you can pass it to an investor who's ready, and you can charge a finder's fee. I've literally personally am paying tens of thousands of pounds every single month to my students who are finding deals for me, and I'm buying them. In fact, I got so many investors and so many, I will work with people, they will bring me deals, and if I can't buy the deal, I will package their deal and pass it to one of my investors, and we split the profits. There is so much money to make in this game when you realize money isn't real, and when you educate yourself, and when you know people that are also playing the game. There was a kid watching me on YouTube called Elijah a couple years ago, living in Greenwich, London, sleeping in a small room with his brother, with zero money, making £1,500 a month working for Greenwich Council. And after watching my videos for a bit and interacting, he ended up doing a little bit of training with me, and I ended up going to his house and spending a week with him and helped him buy a property within 7 days from scratch. He then went on to buy another property, another property, another property. Oh, he's also packaging and selling deals, and in the last 5 days at the time of filming, he's made £25,000 from packaging and selling deals. So in 2026, is it possible to become a millionaire from scratch? Yes, it is. I'm not even necessarily talking about £1 million in the bank. It could be maybe £1 million business valuation, could be £1 million equity in property, or it could be a millionaire's lifestyle. From controlling properties, from packaging and selling deals. And I've been in this game 18 years, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. They may say, why am I even making this video right now? Well, I'll tell you why. Because right now, I am looking to partner with people specifically in the UK. Now, it doesn't matter if you've got loads of money or not. What matters is that you can follow instructions, you can roll your sleeves up, get your hands dirty, and you are coachable. That's all I care about. What am I looking to do when I partner with people? Well, it could be to finance your deals and we profit share on the profits. It could be you find deals, package and sell your deals, and I use my brand, my audience, to sell them to investors, and we split the profits. I believe in collaboration. And if you're interested in exploring the opportunity to work together, partner together, I'm going to be running a training, a workshop, a webinar. It's online and it's completely free. There's no obligation. You can come down, check it out, hear what I have to say. If it's for you and if you're coachable and if you're like, you know what, I want to do this, fantastic. If not, fantastic. But you know what? You risk absolutely nothing by joining, and potentially this could change your life in 2026. So I'm gonna leave a link below. Click the link and get registered. And you know what? I think this is gonna blow your brain. I can't wait to get to know you. Click the link, register for the free training. I'm running a few sessions over the next few weeks, so choose your date and I'll see you there. Thanks so much.